a continuation of the lesson we already had on the assumed mean method. In the first example, we have discussed how you can calculate the mean of an ungrouped data with that frequency using assumed mean method. In this particular example, we want to calculate mean of an ungrouped data with frequency using assumed mean method. And it also has its steps. The first step is to determine the range or inclusive range. We have already explained the idea behind this step. Is to determine whether the data is to be grouped or ungrouped. Then step 2 is to form 4 columns. Step 3, list the scores in column 1. Step 4, indicate the frequency of the data in column 2. Step 5, choose a score as assumed mean. Step 6, determine the deviation in column 3. Step 7, determine the product of the deviation and frequency in column 4. And then step 8, apply the formula. Mean is equal to assumed mean plus product of deviation and frequency divided by number of sum of frequency or number of score, where S bar is mean, A is assumed mean, X is raw score, and F is frequency. Now the example is given here. Calculate the mean of these scores using assumed mean method. The scores are given here: 4, 3, 8, 3, 2, 5, 4, 6, 7, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 4, 6, 4, 4, 5, 10, 9, 3, 2, 3, 4, and 3. Now to calculate this, the first thing from the steps is to determine the range or inclusive range. Range is highest score minus lowest score, and the highest score for this data is 10, while the lowest score is 2. Therefore, the range is 8. Now, the inclusive range, highest score minus lowest score plus 1. The highest score is 10, the lowest score is 2 plus 1. And that would be 8 plus 1, and therefore the inclusive range is 9. Again, both 8 and 9 are less than 15, meaning that this data is ungrouped, although it has frequency. Now that the range and the inclusive range have been determined, and we are certain that this data falls under ungrouped data, we can now create 4 columns. The 4 columns are created here. In column 1, we are supposed to arrange the scores. The scores are arranged here from the lowest or the least to the highest in ascending order: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then in column 2, the frequency of this data is indicated. Now if you look at the frequency column, 2 occur 4 times, 3 appear 7 times, 4 occur 6 times, 5 appear twice, 6 appear twice, 7, 8, 9, 10 appear once each. And then when you sum it, because it's a principle that the scores and the frequency column must be added together, and you have 25. Now in column 3, you indicate the deviation from the assumed mean. First, we pick a score as the assumed mean, and this score 5 is picked here or chosen here or selected here as the assumed mean. And so for the deviation, it will have 0, because 5 minus 5 will give 0. And then 4 minus 5 will give minus 1. 3 minus 5 will give minus 2. 2 minus 5 will give minus 3. And then you come to the other side, 6 minus 5 will give plus 1. 7 minus 5 will give 2. 8 minus 5 will give plus 3. 9 minus 5 will give plus 4. And then 10 minus 5 will give plus 5. In column 4, you now multiply frequency and the deviation scores. For instance, 4 multiplied by minus 3 will give minus 12. 7 multiplied by minus 2 will give minus 14. 6 multiplied by minus 1 will give minus 6. 2 multiplied by 0, of course you know that any figure multiplied by 0 automatically will be 0. Then 2 times 1 will be plus 2. 1 times 2 plus 2. 1 times 3 will give plus 3. 1 times 4 plus 4. 1 times 5 will give plus 5. And then what is there? You add the negative scores with the negative integers and scores with the positive integers. For instance, minus 12 plus minus 14 plus minus 6 will give minus 32. Will give minus 32. Then 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Because they are positive integer will give plus 16. And then you apply the assumed mean formula, which is mean equal to assumed mean plus sum of frequency multiplied by deviation all over sum of frequency. And then this is mean. The assumed mean here is 5 plus the deviation frequency and the sum of the deviation. You have minus 32 plus 16, just as we have it here, all over 25, which is the sum of the frequency. Now 5, the assumed mean, plus minus 32 plus 16 will give minus 16. It will now be minus 16 all over 25. And then 5 plus minus 16 divided by 25 will have minus 0.64. 5 minus 0.64, therefore, will give you 4.36. Therefore, the mean of this data is 4.36. Thank you.